It is so humid.
What is happening, people? It is Brian Alsruhe with NEVERsate.com. And after my recent back video where I was talking about how you had to do some heavy things, the number of comments and DMs and emails that I got of people saying that they can't do bent over rows or barbell rows because of lower back pain was actually kind of impressive. So what I thought I'd do is just make a video to address that, because guys, if you can do deadlifts and deadlift variations, then there is absolutely no reason why you should be getting any lower back pain whatsoever when it comes to a barbell row. As with virtually every single free weight barbell exercise, you want to take advantage of as much biomechanical structure and strength as you possibly can. That's exactly why whenever you're going to pick something heavy up, whether it be in the gym or around your house, you don't do it with your arms extended like this. You don't pick anything heavy up from here. You pull it in as close to your body as you can and you lift from there, because that's where your spine is. And that's where you can create the most force because you have the most structure. Now, for many of you who do suffer from lower back pain during the barbell row, it can be as simple as that the barbell is just simply in a bad position. Sometimes this happens because maybe you started the row from up top and then you just bent over to get into position, which isn't gonna have that bar path where it needs to be. That's gonna cause some pain. Or some people start the row from the ground, and again, it's a poor starting position and the bar isn't traveling where it's supposed to. It's off the middle of the foot, and that is also gonna cause some lower back pain. So what I personally found is the easiest is to start every single barbell row from double overhand deadlift. And I'm gonna go ahead and assume that your barbell row is lighter than your deadlift. So all you're gonna do is line up with a double overhand position and deadlift the barbell up to lockout. Make sure that your butt is tight, your hips are where they're supposed to be, your shoulders are where they're supposed to be, your chin is neutral, your chest is high, everything looks perfect. From there, it's time to breathe and brace, because if you're gonna bend over with weight in your hand, your core needs to be as much of a cylinder as possible, because a cylinder is strong. I've talked to this at length on my breathing and bracing videos. I will leave a link to those in the description down below. But your body is like a soda can. If it's dented, it's going to collapse. If you can stick air in there and hold it tight, then it won't collapse, and that could be part of your problem on the row. Now, a very easy way to do this is to take as much air into your belly as you possibly can. Now, every single time that I say a statement like that, someone pops up in the comment section and says you can't take air into your belly, and thank you very much, sir, for the anatomy lesson. I do understand that, but what I'm saying is, when you take as much air in as you can, do not let your chest rise. Instead, make your belly expand. Once your belly is expanded as far as it can, then make your obliques and the sides expand as far as you can. Once that is as full as possible, make your lower back expand as far as you possibly can, so that if you were in a belt, you would have a 360-degree pressure out against it. Once you are there, I want you to take all of that air and brace it down, just like Mike Tyson is going to give you a liver punch. Now, if you feel really fat and stupid, like you're trying to pretend like you're pregnant in front of your buddies, you pretty much got it right. But once that breathing and bracing is done and your core is nice and tight, all I want you to do is visualize that there is an open door behind you, and since you have a barbell in your hands, you have to close it with your butt. So the very first movement that you're going to do is start pushing your butt backwards like you're closing that door. Close that door, close that door, and as you are, make sure that that barbell is staying in contact with your thighs, at least until it gets down to around your knee area. Now, the act of pushing your butt back instead of bending over with a barbell will allow it to stay over top of the middle of your foot, just like you do if you're lowering a stiff-legged deadlift, Romanian deadlift, a regular deadlift. It should be absolutely supported, no problems whatsoever. All that you're gonna do then is just stop the barbell at whatever desired row position that you want. Maybe that's at a high barbell row, a pendlay row, a whatever row that you are going to do. Just stop the barbell there and make sure that the bar is still over top of the middle of your foot. If you did this correctly and you push your butt backwards, you should be uncomfortable, but you should not be in pain. Now, I also often get the question of whether they should row to their belly button, above the belly button, below the belly button, to the bottom of their chest. Where should this barbell be going? And guys, the basic truth is that's gonna change with where you're sticking your body position. Where your upper body is gonna change where that bar is gonna hit. On top of the fact you very well could be built like a weirdo and your belly button could be in a very strange area. So unfortunately, I am not gonna give you some point of reference on your body to aim for, but instead what I will tell you to do is just set up your little camera on your phone from the direct side and then perform some rows and take a look at where the end of the barbell is in correlation to the middle of your foot. And I can promise you, if that barbell is floating off the middle of your foot anywhere, forward, backwards, whatever it's doing, if it is coming off that, that is where your lower back pain is coming from. Now, if you are doing that and the bar is staying over top of the middle of your foot and you are still getting lower back pain, it's because your breathing and your bracing sucks. Sorry. A very real truth about some of these big compound, big payoff exercises like the barbell row or the front squat or whatever else that it is that people tend to avoid and say they can't do. The truth is, whether you're successful at it or not, greatly is your fault. Now, maybe you are an individual who has a physical condition that absolutely cannot do it. However, I've worked with people who don't have hands, who don't have arms, who don't have legs, who are still able to perform barbell rows without any pain, can still get it done. So I have doubts that you can't do it. Most likely it's that you don't want to do the mobility or put in the reps or put in the time or the dirt time or do whatever the case may be. But trust me, just trust me on this. When it comes to big payoff exercises like a barbell row, do not toss it away. Figure out how to do it effectively, because the difference that it can make over a 5 to 10 year course of your lifting career is astounding. Spend less time on hip bridges and the preacher curl and more time on the barbell row and front squat, and you'll be shocked at what happens in 5 years. Anyway guys, final thing that I have to say about the row is about the breathing, because it is very tough to breathe if you have that brace. So what I personally do is, if it is a short set, I end up holding my breath the whole time. From the top of the deadlift lockout where I begin the movement, I will get my breath and I will hold it if I do 3 reps, 5 reps, whatever the case may be, and then I will breathe once all that is done and over with. However, if it is a longer set or I just need some more oxygen, I will get the breath kind of in that weightless top portion of the very, very peak of the row, and it'll be a very short breath, but I make sure that I am re-braced before that weight comes back down. That basically means at the very top, I'm just going, and yeah, it's not much, but it absolutely can help, but make sure that you are braced back down before that weight catches from that weightless position. Otherwise, it's gonna pull you forward and then you're out of position again. Anyway guys, that is all that I have for you today. I truly, truly do hope that this will help some of you perform a barbell row without any back pain, and that you'll be able to make it part of your regular regimen, because they can make a massive difference. If this did help you out guys, as a thank you, would you please go back to the last video and check out where I carved a wooden cup from a tree stump. It took me a lot longer. It was a lot harder than it was supposed to be. So I know it might not be your thing, but maybe you don't know. Give it a try. Maybe it will be your thing. That's the exact position I was in. I had never seen one of those videos that's kind of like that. I watched it and I was like, I absolutely love this. It's so calming. I can actually relax my brain. It's a good thing. So give it a try if you would. It would just make me feel a little bit better about spending so much time on that video. Anyway guys, thank you very much. I will catch you later in the week. Until I do, go out and do something amazing in your lives. Keep working hard, people. Be nice to each other. I'll see you then.